listening to the Rebel Rebel podcast with Rory Carson. Tá sé bh géisteach leis an fód cruúlaí Rebel Rebel le Rory McCarson.
Rebel Sunday is the day when you see Jerry Oak and Gideon Quinn sing a song to the IRA. I ask you friends, are you heading to the rock? Cause I have Rebel Sundays on at 6 o'clock. There's Gideon Quinn, he hits the Queen, and Jerry Oak, he loves Shabeen. Well, Jerry Oak sings fuck your flag and fuck it again, while Damien Quinn sings it in Brits and a nation once again. And I ask you friends, are you heading to the rock? Cause I have Rebel Sundays on at 6 o'clock. There's Damien Quinn, he hits the Queen, and Jerry Oak, he loves Shabeen. They'll hear the songs of Bobby Sands and the men who fought the night, the broad black brimmer and the black and tans and the Provost lullaby. I ask you friends, are you heading to the rock? Cause I have Rebel Sundays on at 6 o'clock. There's Damien Quinn, he hits the Queen, and Jerry Oak, he loves Shabeen. Well, I took a stroll, Rebel Sunday is the day when you see Jerry Oak and Damien Quinn sing the song of the IRA. I ask you friends, are you heading to the rock? Cause I have Rebel Sundays on at 6 o'clock. There's Damien Quinn, he hits the Queen, and Jerry Oak, he loves Shabeen. Damien Quinn, he hits the Queen. 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 Jerry Oak, Jerry Oak. Jerry Oak, Jerry Oak. Jerry Oak, Jerry Oak.
Changes that have come over me these past few days. I've been afraid I might drift away, but I've been telling old stories, singing songs that make me think about where I come from, and that's the reason why I sing so far away today. Conscience flying somewhere in the wind.
Are you ready?
But let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. 'Cause Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, you know it would make me more inside.
Well, folks, how you all doing there? What's the crack? Welcome along to Rebel Sundays on, Facebook Live there. Of course, we're on YouTube Live starting this afternoon. So if any of you are listening, folks, please start sharing the feed for me so we all know, let people know that we're going to be all here on YouTube Live from now on. Facebook can go on... Done with them, folks. Sick of all the getting knocked off. Sick of all getting the bans. I'm currently still on a ban now, folks. So I can't actually post anything till about 4 o'clock this afternoon. But say, welcome all along to YouTube, folks. You're very, very welcome. I'm myself, Ro, here from the Rebel podcast. So we're here till 3 o'clock today. And this afternoon, so we'll have a special guest, first time on the YouTube. So today we have brilliant Donegal man, Fergal McLaughlin, of course, from the fame of Planxty Folk, and he's a great singer in his own right as well. So we're going to be playing a couple of songs from Planxty Folk's live album, live at Rosie Joe's in Derry, and we're going to have Fergal on, have a bit of yarn with him, get a few questions and a bit of crack as well. So folks, get your requests in on YouTube here, if you can for me. And the thing is, if you're not subscribed to... like Gmail or Google, you should be able to watch the stream, but you might be able to comment. So if you want to comment on the post, folks, you basically need to have like a Gmail account or a Google account. Just sign in to YouTube and you're flying. Right, so we'll start with the show off there as usual with Damien Quinn and Rebel Sundays. What's our sort of anthem now for the show, starting off every Sunday afternoon. And then we had the brilliant Irish Brigade live at Grace's in Glasgow with Caledonia, Anya, of course, excellent as always on the vocals there. Right, so we're going to do this next one, folks. Going to try and get as much music on as possible today for you. So go to this one right here next, especially for a very, very good friend of mine up in Derry, of course, West Belfast man, but Barry Davey. And I've just found out the earlier on that he has the Rona, folks. So Barry, stay strong, mate. I know there's a lot of doubters out there, won't wear a mask, won't do fuck all. I think it's a big scam, but mate, you're going through a hard time, mate. So all I can say is stay strong, and you'll get through this. You will have all your friends here down back in the west. So go to this one for you, brilliant tune from Bick and Cruncher, and this is Something Inside So Strong, and especially just thinking my good friend up in Derry, Barry Davey.
You build your barriers, it's all I become. The more that you take my rights away, the faster I will run. You can't deny me, you can't decide to turn your face away, no matter 'cause there's something inside so strong. And I know that I can't make it, 'cause you're doing me wrong, so wrong. I thought that my pride was gone, oh no. Something inside so strong, oh no. Something inside so strong. The more you're up, you still hear my voice, like I would sing. You hide behind your walls of Jericho, your lies will come tumbling. Then I'm a blessing time, you squander wealth that's mine. My light will shine so brightly it will blind you. Something inside so strong, I know that I can't make it, 'cause you're doing me wrong, so wrong. I thought that my pride was gone, no, no. Something inside so strong, something inside so strong, oh no, no, no. Something inside so strong. Sisters, when they insist we're just not good enough, but we know better. We'll just look him in the eyes and say, we're gonna gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. 'Cause there's something inside so strong. And I know that I can make it. She's doing me wrong, so wrong. Thought that my pride was gone. Oh no. Something inside so strong. Our day is coming. Something inside so strong. Our day is coming. Something inside so strong. Oh, Jockey Arla. Something inside so strong.
Yes, so you got there's the sound of Beck and Cruncher, Beck McFarland and Cruncher O'Neill with Something Said So Strong on this Rebel Sundays, folks, in our first official show on YouTube Live. So hopefully no more shite from Facebook we're normally getting. So folks, and you'll see the numbers are starting to build up, but if you can, please just share the wee live feed for me so we'll let everybody know. Normally we'll have about a couple of hundred listening live now on Facebook, but I can just see there now they're starting to build up a bit. So folks, please get sharing if you can. So I'll do a few wee shout outs, everybody that is on here. So Jeff Parr, hello, hello, well, Jeff, how you doing? Ray Callahan, hello from Dublin, can you please play George and Pop? Yes, mate, not a problem. Clover, Limerick, well, what's it, crack, lads? Afternoon row, looking forward to the show, great songs. Is that Kevin OF, hello from Dublin row, how you doing? Gary Boy, CFC, he's looking for Kieran Davenport with the Wee Weight Turban, so Gary, go do that one, spicy for you next, mate. Wee Jade, or is it Wee Jade 2011? Hello, Ro, everyone. Big wave from North Belfast. Sailor Town. Hello, Jade. How you doing? Janice Hendry is on. Well, Janice, what's the crack? Paul Bird is listening in Kilray. How you doing, Paul? Michael Bolton. Well, Mick. How you doing, Mick? Good to see you tuned in to YouTube, mate. Happy days. And Joseph Pierce. Well, Ro, hi, Sinks. Can you play the two Brentons, please? And here, Ro, since Bundoran and now the Vegas is called off, just wondering, can you get something sorted for a good 10 in the row party? Well, mate, we'll have to see what's going to be happening come that time when it happens, but I'm sure there's going to be plenty of stuff happening. I will probably be involved in it in some way or another, but let's get this here fucking COVID out of the way first, come on. But yes, definitely something's going to be happening there, definitely fat. So I'll get your wee tune on for you, mate. Two Brentons, don't worry. And also, who else? A few more people tuned in. Right, so who asked for the Wee Weight Turban? Where are you? Right, so Gary Boy, CFC is looking for Kieran Davenport, the Wee Weight Turban. Phil Coleman, High Road from Phil Coleman, Potters Thursday Club. Phil, brilliant to have you on. Thank you very much for the support, for switching over to YouTube. So here we go, Gary Boy. This one spice for you. Kieran Davenport with the Wee Weight Turban.
Was a bundle that was hanging in what's known as Father's tent, a bundle of striped material, black and red. And when I asked me mother now just what it did contain, it's your father's Bedouin uniform, she said. After much persuasion she let me try it on, in memory of Gaddafi's son, she said. And as I put the kaftan on, she was smiling through a veil as she wrapped the wee white turban round me head. It's just a wee white turban wrapped around me head, 40 yards of good material there and more. And an old kaftan that he stole in Marrakesh, paid a boots belonging to the camel corps. And an old curved sword and sheets of camel hide, a wavy dagger he used against the foe. When it comes to blood and slaughters, the only man that matters will wear the wee white turban of the PLO. It was the turban that me father wore in the desert long ago, when he left me mother's harem on the run. It was the turban that me father wore when he stood by Nasser's side, and he put the British army on the run. The Brits were flying aeroplanes and SAS went by the score. The Suez Canal was theirs, they said. He'll dash on to the tanker, let the jelly knight and sanker, and claim the canal for Egypt then instead. Just a wee white turban wrapped around his head, 40 yards of good material there and more. And an old kaftan that he stole in Marrakesh, paid a boots belonging to the camel corps. And an old curved sword and sheets of camel hide, a wavy dagger he used against the foe. When it comes to blood and slaughters, the only man that matters will wear the wee white turban of the PLO. It was 2 miles from Damascus when he made his final stand, surrounded by Israelis 10 to 1. He lay in the sun there baking, knew there'd be no prisoners taken, and the ammo from his AK nearly done. Then a big old plane from Knock Airport did arrive, a taxi down the runway going slow. He had to hijack the Boeing West Belfast as he was going with the wee white turban off the PLO. Just a wee white turban wrapped around his head, 40 yards of good material there and more. And an old kaftan that he stole in Marrakesh, pair of boots belonging to the Camel Corps. And an old curved sword that cheats a camel hide, a wavy dagger he used against the bow. When it comes to blood and snuggles, the only man that matters will wear the wee white turban of the PLO. It's 10 long years later, and we live in West Belfast, but things along the road were getting hard. The boys were getting jumpy, the dumps were nearly empty, and they came, they asked me that I give a hand. And a quick phone call, and Gaddafi said okay, a ton and a half of Semtex, have a go. When you hear the mortar stumping, and you see the Paris jumping, you can thank the wee white turban of the PLO.
Yeah, you go there, son. The wee white turban from the brilliant Cian Davenport from his album Until the Last. There you go, lads. And that was especially for Gary Boy CFC, mate. Not a problem. Right, who else have I on? James Farrell. How you doing, James? Hello from Doncaster. Hello from West Belfast here, mate. Teresa Smith. Hello from Yorkshire. Well, Teresa, how you doing? Michael Turner's back. Hello from Worthing. And it's a sunny Worthing today, as usual, mate. Great to have you on. Folks, yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. I say, we are on YouTube now. Basically, Facebook have dicked all of me. They basically banned me last week. And just getting pissed off with them now, so... That's I've had enough of them, so that's why I have to say they moved to YouTube. They've got a few complaints last week for playing apparent sectarian songs, which was what Willie and Danny and what was the other one I played? Somebody reported me for Henry Joy. For God's sake, like, just you get a few Huns on, that's it. And because there's so many people listening last week, I think I had up to near 7,000. So that's what happens. All sorts of balloons get listening, and they just don't really like the tunes, and all it takes them is one wee report, and you're up shit creek without a paddle. So at about 2 o'clock, folks, we're going to have the brilliant Fergal McLaughlin on live from somewhere in Donegal. Hopefully he has a good Wi-Fi signal, so he does, and we'll get a good wee yarn with him. Right, who do I have this here? Sean Cronin. Hello, Ro from Blanzy. There we go, France. Great show. Can I send a big hello to John McAlea in Belfast? John is a legendary man, singer, just great guy from North Belfast. So John McAlea, that's a wee shout out to you from Sean Cronin over in Blanzy in France. Michael McAdam, as long as you're on, mate, happy days. Right, what do we go to next? Somebody asked me for George and Pop. Let's see, we'll just look through the comments, see who it was. Right, so Ray Callahan listening from Dublin. So he says, Ro, can you get on for me, George and Pop? Not a problem. So here's another brilliant Derry band who sings this song with so much passion, folks, as you always do, about their fellow comrades in the Derry Brigade. This is Callie's Men, live from their CD, recorded live in the Cregan. I'm not actually sure where it was recorded in the Cregan, somewhere in the Cregan. So it's Callie's Men, with George and Pop, especially for Ray Callahan.
On the slopes of the Cregan, one morning in May, 4 lads left their base with hearts young and gay. Their cause was for freedom,
a cause long denied, and the foreign oppressor they went to defy.
While patrolling our streets, they met with the foe. With the guns at the ready, our lads had to go. So we raise up our hands and we'll curse that British land who torment the very hearts of men who dare to cross their paths. But my heart is broken too. Won't you tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our Georgian power. They'll not stop me and you. For the peace, it went silent when the shooting died down. Two young lads lay there dead on the streets of our town. Just another 2 lives lost for the ongoing fight. And in Derry we mourn on that faithful night. So we raise up our hands and we curse that British land who torment the very hearts of men who dared to cross their path. But my heart is broken too. Oh, won't you tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our Georgian power, and they'll not stop me and you. Georgie and Paul, they like cold as stone. They're fighting for Derry, their own native home. So we'll always remember, and don't you ever forget, they're fighting for Derry, and we all in bed. Let's hear ya! So we will who dared to cross their paths, but my heart is broken too. Won't you tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our Georgian power, and they'll not stop me and you. So we will raise up our hands and we'll curse that British land who torment the very hearts of men who dare to cross their paths. But my heart is broken too. Oh, won't you tell me what to do? They couldn't stop our Georgian power, and they'll not stop me and you.
Yep, there you go. There's the sound of Georgian pop from Kelly's Men, recorded live there in the Creggan Brilliant CD edit. And who was that there for? We'll just check back again. Where are you? That was for Ray Callahan from Dublin. So Ray, not a problem. Johnny Boy Gogue. Well, Johnny, what's the crack, son? Afternoon Rose. Still figuring out this YouTube malarkey. Keep her lit. Good to see you on, mate. Bruno Steele. Hello, Ro. Hard to beat Rebel Sundays, and myself and Daniel tuned in here from Perth, Australia. Happy days. Sounding looking better today than those early morning Lurie videos. Do you have me on TikTok or something, do you? How do you see my early morning Lurie videos? Peter O'Connell. Well, Peter there from County Limerick. Kelly's Men, superb band. Brilliant version. Hugh O'Neill. Alright, Ro, I'm here in Inverness. Is there any chance you can play 18 Brits by Justice? You know you want to. Hugh, simple answer that there, no. I'm literally just getting on YouTube. I don't want it banned already. So from what I'm hearing, Damien Quinn doesn't really want that song played, so he doesn't, because he's got a lot of bother with himself, and I'm not going to start playing the song. I think it only has one version still there on YouTube, and it's a real crappy background version. So I'm not going to risk getting my first show blocked off by playing 18 Brits. Brilliant song, by the way, I love it. But sorry, mate, I can't play out their wee tune. Oh, Bruno Steele, I was testing my YouTube, right, okay, that's what it was, right, grand, so yes. I was sitting in the lorry there last week just testing out this program I'm using for YouTube, so there you go, that's how you saying you see me early morning lorry videos, 5:30 in the morning, sitting in the docks, waiting on the yard office opening. So, well, thanks for watching anyway, Bruno, I'm sorry if I woke you up live there at 5 o'clock in the morning. Right, so what are we going to do next? Yes, as I said, we're going to have Fergal live on the show, folks. Fergal McLaughlin of the fame from Planksty Folk. So we're going to play a few tunes today from this album, if you can see it, folks. This is Planksty Folk live at Rosie Joe's in Derry. Fergal sent me a copy of this here up last week. Brilliant CD, and we'll talk a bit more during the interview. Hugh O'Neill, I'm broken hearted, Ro. Thanks anyway. Mate, listen, I'd play it if I could, but it can't be done. Folks, if you're wondering here what this here light is at the side of me here, it's not normally, you can't normally see it in the picture, but I need to get some, because I'm recording here in daylight, I need to get some kind of towel or something to cover I have like black sheets all over the room, but the light is still getting in through the blinds, so that's why you can see it coming through the side here. That's what it is. So if it's annoying you, please let me know. But see, if I turn the flash off in the camera, you can't see it, but then it's too dark. That's why I need to have the flash on. So Michael Bolton, love the new shirt. Yeah, well, this year was sent me this one by Podgy, brilliant rebel singer, and it's of course says you don't become a rebel, you're born a rebel. And Podgy, rebel singer, brilliant t-shirt there, so it is. So right, Teresa Smith, can you please play the Contender? I'll get a wee joker and see if I have a copy out there. I should have one. I think I might have a copy of Glasnevin maybe playing out there, or Conor Kelly. I'll get a wee joke. Right, so this is the next tune we're going to do. This is the first song of the day from the Planksty Folk album live in Rosie Joe's. So it's as Fergal as a Gaelgore, excellent sort of Irish language speaker, fully fluent in it. So you'll hear a bit of the sort of talking at the start of the song. So this is O Ro Should Have Ahawalya from Planksty Folk, recorded live at Rosie Joe's.
Okay, Carja, and I should have done on Kion Askelega Yanu, Kion of Scripture, La Fodric, McPhirish, Kion Daranium, Uroshe, the Vahawalya. méle cascade ag fágad foine gáileh óra sé na bhahilhaile óra sé na bhahilhaile óra sé na bhahilhaile an isir hacan tailí óra sé na bhahilhaile óra sé na bhahilhaile óra sé na bhahilhaile an isir hacan tailí.
Absolutely fantastic there. That's Planksty folk there, Fergal and the lead vocals with Orosh and Vahawalya. And yeah, unmistakably our sticks there on the back end there with the old bazooka, what they call it. Fantastic. Brilliant band, honestly. Right, so yeah, we're going to have Fergal on the phone another 25 minutes, so folks, so stay tuned. Right, so a few more wee shout-outs. Teresa Smith, I won this CD last week. Fergal sent me it. I had to get a music player now for sure. I suppose if you can put it on your laptop or something, Teresa, put it on the wee memory stick or something, because most people now in the cars have like a USB port. Pretty easy to do. Yeah, Teresa says, well, this is so lovely when Fergal sings this in his mother tongue, definitely. Phil Coleman, Ro, can you please play something from Chris Carney? Thank you, Potter's Thursday Night Club. Right, we'll do something from Chris Carney. Not next, but the song after that. The next song we're going to do is a very good friend of Chris's, girl who's done a lot of tours with him. Of course, talking about Emer McLaughlin. So, at the start of the show, who was it? Let me see, back to the comments. Joseph Pearce asked me to kind of play the two Brendans. So, we're going to do this one. This is Emer there live at the Rock Bar in Belfast. If you can see, folks, I tend to play a lot of music. It's live. So, I just prefer live music to studio album stuff. I just think there's more heart in it, if you get me. I mean, you get a good version. It's been recorded properly. It's nothing better than it there. So, Teresa Smith, haha, I don't have a laptop. Oh, for God's sake. You've got to get something to play it there with then, so you are. Do you still have a tape player, do you then? Right, so we're going to so where are you? Smartphone, I think it's modern like magic. Right. So Joseph Pearce asked me to play the two Brentons. So I think Anya as well is doing the harmonies and the background vocals of this song. So yeah, Joseph, this one's spicy for you. This is Emer McLaughlin with the two Brendans. Of course, he recorded live in West Belfast at the legendary home of Rebel Sundays, the Rock Bar.
So I'm going to keep on you up on stage again for this next one. I'm going to do another Irish Brigade song. Another one written by my dad, Jerry Glacken here. A song for two volunteers from South Armagh, for Brendan Moley and Brendan Burns. And a song I'm sure you all know called The Two Brendans. Tell a tale of gallant men who in the hills run across McGlen became a living legend in the day. Their daring deeds in freedom's fight shone like a beacon in the night, where Harvey and McVeary showed the way. Let me hear you sing. A song can bring them back again, or heal the wounds, or soothe the pain. A song can only keep alive the name of gallant women and of men, their lives consumed in freedom's flame, and we owe that much to Molly and to Burns. A pall of smoke blows o'er the land where cruel fate had played its hand. The two Brendans would have chose no other way. Well, they died the way they'd want to go, in action against the British foe. They lived and died to serve the IRA. Let me hear you sing. A song can bring them back again, or heal the wounds, or soothe the pain. A song can only keep alive the names flame, and we owe that much to Molly and to Burns. In Crossmaglen and Drummondtee, we keep alive their memories. In Silverbridge, we speak their names with pride. And from Dorsey down to Kittytown, through generations we'll pass on their exploits and the cause for which they died. Never hear you sing a song can bring them back again, or heal the wounds, or soothe the pain. A song can only keep alive the name of gallant women and of men, their lives consumed in freedom's flame, and we owe that much to Molly and to Burns. We're a special kind of people here. We breed defiance, never fear, and we'll still be here when the tide against England turns. Over in our hearts we know we're right, and we never will give up the fight. We owe that much to Molly and to Burns. A song can bring them back again, or heal the wounds, or soothe the pain. A song can only keep alive the names of gallant women and of men, their lives consumed in freedom's flame, and we owe that much to Molly and to Burns. We salute you, Brendan, Molly and Brendan Burns.
Yep, there we go. That is the brilliant Eamon McLaughlin with Anya, her sister, on backing and harmonies there with the two Brentons, especially for... Who was it now? I see. Joseph Pearce. I go right the very first request of the show, folks. Right, you can see here now, I think there's 58 listening live, so we normally have a lot more in this here listening to the show, folks. But obviously we're normally on Facebook Live, which gets people getting notifications straight away. So if you are listening, folks, just make sure if you can tap the wee notification bell, you should see on the screen. If you can't see it, I think it's because you're not registered to YouTube, so you'll need to just register with a Gmail account or a Google account. It's very, very easy to do. If you are registered, you should see the wee bell, so just hit that wee bell, and as soon as I go live in the future every other Sunday, you will see a wee notification, folks. So yeah, welcome along. Right, so wee Jade, yep, what a singer. Marty Heaney, well Marty, good to see you on, mate. Back to YouTube here. How's it going, Ro? Please play any tune of your choice for the wife, Elaine. It was her birthday on Wednesday. So, Elaine, congratulations. Happy birthday there. On Wednesday, condolences. I didn't know it was your birthday. I haven't been on Facebook this week much because of the old ban, so apologies. And a happy belated birthday. And cheers, Marty, for tuning in. Janice Henry, well, Ro, wonders will never cease. The oldies have you live on YouTube. There you go. If two old people living over in Scotland can get me on YouTube, folks, the rest of you can, so happy days. So they're listening to me live on So Big. Shout out to them. Agnes and William Hendry and East Kilbride, can you play Maria Farrell? And yes, for you two, I'm definitely going to do it just for you two, not a problem. Right, so who else we have? Hugh O'Neill says, Teresa, come on round my house. I have no laptop either. So Teresa Smith's there saying, yeah, she has a smartphone. I think that there's the sort of most technological she has. So, but at least you're listening to us on YouTube, that's great. Right, so who asked me to play a bit of Chris Carney? So, yeah, Phil Coleman from the Potters Thursday Night Club. I think this here CD might have actually been recorded in Potter Browns. Although it was recorded in Potter Browns, but not sure if it was Thursday night or not. But so we'll do this one for you, Phil Coleman. And for everybody else in the south who has to put up with this bull route that is Leo Varadkar, or Tanisha, as they say. So there's a nice wee verse in this song, especially for Leo. So this is Come Out Your Black and Tans from Chris Carney, recorded live at Potter Browns in Dublin. And this is for Phil Coleman.
streets where the little drums beat. But the English beat the walls all over us. And every single night, so when me dad would come home tight, he'd invite the neighbours outside with this chorus. So come on out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you what meadows down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green local lanes of the Shara. Come let us hear you tell how you sang the great part out. Be fought the well and through the persecuted. For our sneers and jeers that should only let us hear when our leaders of 16 were executed. Here we go. So call out to like a time, just come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you what medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green local lanes of Killashara. Come tell us how you slew them all down to me too. Like the sailors, they had spears and bows and arrows. And bravely you face one with your 60-pound gun, and you frightened them damn needles to their marrow. So come on out, you like a tan, just come out and fight me like a man. Straight boy, how you want medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green local lanes of Killashara. Here's the last verse dedicated to Leo. I can't believe the things I hear, it's still ringing in my ear. That Leo, he has planned a celebration. All our heroes, bold and brave, will be turning in their graves. Baraka, you're a traitor to this nation. So come on out, show like in times, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you want medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green local lanes of... One more time, let me hear you sing it. So come on out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you what medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green local lanes of Killashara.
Yeah, the old Chris Carney there for you folks with Come Out You Black and Tan. So nice wee mention there for Leo the Gobshade Varadga. There we go. Especially for Phil Coleman there from Potter's Thursday Club. Especially for you, mate. Right, so folks, yeah, welcome along. Janice Henry here says, bloody table. Well, I knew you were talking about Raid File, don't worry. So I'm just looking for a nice wee version of this here. I have a few versions here, Janice. So if your parents have any particular version they'd like, I'll maybe get it on for them. So also... But don't worry, I'll get it on some stage this afternoon. So cheers again to Agnes and William. I think right now the most listeners on the show we'll have here, from probably the oldest listeners we'll have on the show. But great to have you on, tuning in live from over in East Kilbride on the big TV. So thank you very much, folks. Much appreciated. Right, so what else we'll have here? Right, Hugh O'Neill, he's sharing us here with some mates. So hopefully we can get the numbers up. Not a problem, Hugh. Thank you very much. Right, what we'll go do next? We tune here from the Wicks. Somebody asked me to play some of the Wicks last week, and I didn't have time to play any, obviously because we were messed about by Facebook, fucked off, and then I had to get on YouTube for a while. So I'll go to this one from their album, No Irish Need Apply. Brilliant album, folks. I was actually in the coffee house the other day there down in where it's Georgetown Road, and I had the Wicks t-shirt on that Chris Cruikshank sent me over. And some guys, oh fuck, where'd you get that from, mate? That's a class. So he noticed it straight away, like, so there you go. Cheers, Crookie, for sending me that over. Remy JP73, hello, Fee Paisley. I think it means hello from Paisley. Hello to you too, mate. From here in West Belfast. Right, so yeah, this is whoever asked for the Wicks last week. Cannot remember who you were, but hopefully you're listening now. So this is from their album, No Irish Need Apply, and this is a brilliant tune. Gary Lawler does a fantastic version of this song as well. This is St. Patrick's Battalion from the Wicks.
My name is John Riley, and I'll have your ear only a while. When I first left my home in old Ireland, it was death, starvation, or exile. When I came to America, it was my duty to go enter the army and slug across Texas to join in the war against Mexico. And it was there in the pueblos and hillsides that I saw the mistake I had made. I was part of a conquering army with the morals of a bayonet blade. And amidst all those poor dying Catholics, screaming children, the burning stench of it all, myself and 200 Irishmen, we decided to rise to the call. But from Dublin City to San Diego, we witnessed freedom tonight. So we formed the St. Patrick Battalion, and we fought on the Mexican side. Yes, we formed the St. Patrick Battalion, and we fought on the Mexican side. We fought beneath the green flag of St. Patrick, and emblazoned with Erin Gabra, and right with the harp and the shamrock, Libertad Padre Republica. Just 50 years after Wolf Toll, and 5,000 miles away, the Yanks called us a legion of strangers, and they can talk as they may. But from Dublin City to San Diego, we witnessed freedom tonight. So we formed the St. Patrick Battalion, and we fought on the Mexican side. Yes, we formed the St. Patrick Battalion, and we fought on the Mexican side. We fought them in Matamoros, while the volunteers were raping the nuns, and in Monterey and Cerro Gordo, while we fought them as Ireland's sons. When we were red-headed fighters for freedom, amidst brown-skinned women and men, side by side we fought against tyranny, and I dare say we do it again. But from Dublin City to San Diego, we witnessed freedom tonight. So we formed the St. Patrick Battalion, and we fought on the Mexican side. Yes, we formed the St. Patrick Battalion, and we fought on the Mexican side.
Yeah, it's in the weeks there, folks, in St. Patrick's Battalion, and I've just noticed that their song there last 7.5 minutes, so we're not going to play the whole 7.5 minutes. So, but yeah, that's whoever asked for the weeks there last week. That's from their album No Irish Need Apply. So you just go. Right, trying to hit pause on this bloody thing. Right, so where is this thing? Yeah, folks, so welcome along. This is the Rebel Podcast. We're live on YouTube for the very first time for a full show officially. So Remy JP73 is looking the lonesome boatman. Right, we'll see what we can do. Sean Cronin says, thanks, Roo. John McAlay just phoned. Can you shout out the McCoys? Is it the McCoys and McCoys, please, as well? And John sends his best to you. John, hope you're listening, mate. Happy days. Good to see you on. Hugh O'Neill says, can I please play Song of the Dawn by the Irish Brigade live in Graces? Right, so we'll get that on the second half of the show for you, mate. Hugh, once we'll get Fergal's interview out of the way. So we'll go to an R&B song here, and then we'll play the next of the songs from Planksty Folk, which is Fergal and Styx' band. Right, so we shout out on there for Agnes and William and East Kilbride. We're looking the Ballad of Maria Farrell. So I was looking for another nice wee version. I've played so many versions of this song over the weeks, folks, on the show. This is the first time I've done this one. So this is Shanaghy from New York, who are famous for the song Fenians. So we'll go, this is Shanaghy with the Ballad of Maria Farrell, and especially for my great listeners and great fans of the show in East Kilbride, Agnes and William Hendry. Here we go, it's especially for you too.
Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. Do not stand at my grave and cry when Ireland lives. I do not die. A woman's place is not at home. The fight for freedom, it still goes on. I took up my gun until freedom's day. I pledge to fight for the IRA. In Armagh jail, I served my time. Strip searches were a British crime. Degraded me, but they could not see I'd suffer this to see Ireland free. Gibraltar was the place I died. McCann and Savage were by my side. I heard the order so loud and shrill of Thatcher's voice. Said shoot to kill. So do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. Do not stand at my grave and cry when Ireland lives. I do not die. When Ireland lives, I do not die.
Fantastic out there. There's a Shanaghy there for you with the Ballad of Maria Farrell, especially for who were other? Especially for Agnes and William there, Henry and East Kilbride. And the daughter just said Emer is their all-time favourite. They want to adopt her. Don't know what Jerry and Am had to say about that there. Taking her, they just got her home from Australia. You just want to bring her over to East Kilbride, she is do. Remy J73, new RFB, mate. I only play the flute band stuff on Easter Sunday, so that's it. So I won't be playing any flute band tunes. So Hugh O'Neill is the best version, in my opinion. This is Saoirse. There you go. James Farrell, him in Glasgow with Earl Oak long time ago. Brilliant. Joseph Pearce, cheers you up, O'Neill Alsop, Memorial Flute Band. Patricia Clark, such a lovely voice. Greetings from Massachusetts. Great to have you on, Patricia. Thanks for tuning in from Massachusetts. Peter O'Connell, so much passion in that version. Absolutely love it. Right, so we're going to do another tune next here from Planksty Folk, which is Fergal and Sticks. And then once this here tune's finished, we're going to have the Fergal on the phone for a wee interview. We'll get a few questions, a bit of crack out of him, and then we'll do another tune once we're finished the interview. So this is Planksty Folk, recorded live in the Rosie Joe's in Derry, and this is the Ballad of Grace.
Who song this time there, folks? One go back to 1916, when a young man called Joseph Plunkett would marry his childhood sweetheart Grace Clifford 7 hours before we had faced an execution squad in Kilmainham jail. The song we all know, one called Grace.
Gathered in the chapel here in old Kilmainham jail, I think about these past few weeks. Oh, will they say fade? From our school days they have told us we must yearn for liberty. Yet all I want in this kind place is to have you here with me. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. Now I know it's hard for you, my love, to ever understand the love I bear for these brave men, my love for this dear land. But when Padre called me to his side down in the GPO, I had to leave my own sick bed. To him I had to go. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. And as the dawn is breaking, my heart is breaking too. On this May morn, as I march out, my thoughts will be of you. And I'll write some words upon the wall, so everyone will know I love so much that I could see his blood upon the rose. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we
to share our love, or we must say goodbye. No, there won't be time to share our love.
Yeah, the Paul Grace there, folks. Brilliant. There's Plank Steve Fulker, if you recorded live in Rosie Joe's in Derry. Fantastic song out there, so it is. Right, so we're going to try and get Fergal on the phone now. Hopefully this is going to work. It's the first time I've done a wee interview from YouTube, so it should work just the same as the Facebook Messenger call should work with on Facebook Live. So Remy JP73 looking volley of Knockanur. Phil Coleman just giving us a wee heart sign there. James Farrell says I can play Che Guevara's On the Road Again. Now, I know Cruncher does a fantastic version of that song, so I'll maybe look and see on Spotify here if I can get a wee version out there. So here we go. We're going now to try and get Fergal on the phone, hopefully up there in Donegal where he is. He gets a good signal and we can pick him up. So here we go. I can't hear no dialing tone, but hopefully it's coming through. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, Fergal.
You hear me okay?
Yes, mate. Brilliant. Happy days. Just I couldn't hear the dialing tone ringing through there for some reason. Right, let's welcome along here to the Rebel podcast, mate. Thank you very much for coming on. I knew you were a bit...
thanks for inviting me, Ro.
Last week, a wee bit shy about coming on, sure, but you're... Hopefully I'll be a bit of crack. We'll go alright. So, welcome along to the show. So you're the second Donegal man number of weeks now. We've had on the show, had Danny Kelly on there a few Wednesdays ago. And at the station, Smooth in the Glasgow, his Donegal accent is turned into a cross between Neil Lennon and Graham McDowell. So it definitely has disappeared. It's not there anymore, so it isn't. So I sure won't have the same issues you, mate. So what part of Donegal are you from, mate?
Ro, I just live on the border between Derry, or between Tyrone there and Tyrone and Donegal. It's a town called Lifford.
Oh, in Lifford. Okay, yes. So that's like a sort of Packy Bonner and Shea Given country, in it? Up in there, Lifford.
Aye, I know Shea well. Aye.
Seriously?
Good fella.
Some great goalkeepers like coming from there.
I played football. Yeah, exactly. I know Shea's family just live down the road there. They're about a mile from me. They live just outside of the town of Lifford. You know.
Excellent.
I'm actually outside the town of Lifford now.
Well, see, the signal's grand. It's a bit of a feedback to us from me. I don't know why it's cutting off here, but it's coming through okay. So listen, Fergal, start things off, right? I'd say you come from a fairly musical family, right? Obviously, your ma was a singer, and she also wrote a few songs, and your late brother was also a singer on the circuit as well. Then, so take it, music in your family rings through, aye.
Yeah, surely, and my uncle Jerry as well. He was a great entertainer over the years as well. My mother there, she actually wrote a few songs. She wrote a good few rebel songs back in the early 70s. She wrote about young Tobias Malloy, who was struck by a rubber bullet on the top of the Camel some checkpoint. He was killed by British soldiers. She wrote a lovely one to him that goes to the air of Kevin Barry, and hopefully somewhere along the line I'll get to record that and maybe record a few other wee ones that she's done as well about the town of Lifford and just the hardship, you know, with partition and stuff like that. So it'd be nice just to record them, and she's still with us and hopefully she's listening in.
So would you come from like a fairly Republican family, and from around there, like?
It would be a Republican nationalist family background, definitely. Aye.
Right, so obviously you sort of said that your late brother Danny, who said you was your best friend, obviously sadly passed away with cancer. Would you sort of say he was a major influence on you becoming a musician, like?
He was. Danny started gigging on the bars. He was a great tin whistle player. He started gigging on the bars around 1996. I used to love going to these gigs, and my excuse was carrying on this gear for him, but then I was just a few years older, but I used to love going along, and sometimes they'd get me up for a song, and I couldn't play an instrument at the time, but shortly before Danny died, my wife, she approached Danny. She says, "Will you get Fergal a guitar? Buy him a guitar." She gave him money. She was buying me birthday presents.
Right.
So Danny bought me my first guitar, you could say. But I always would have stood up in sessions and sang songs, you know, and Sticks would have been at many of them sessions as well, and it probably backed me in most of the songs I was singing. But even going away on Gaeltacht trips, weekend trips to the Gaeltacht there, I'd always been singing but couldn't play an instrument. So I took up the guitar and learned a few chords, started banging a few tunes, and I kind of inspired from there. And then Danny say shortly before Danny died, then he said to me, he says, I'm going to give you all the music here, Fergal, he says. And he says, if I get back on my feet again, he says, I want it back. Right. And he says, if I don't, he says, make it work. Make it work, he says. It's a very brave statement for somebody, in the situation I was in at that time, they say, like, he was a big rover at Christy Moore.
Yeah.
He would have done a lot of Christy stuff. And he sung that rebel song as well. He really was a really, really great entertainer and a great fella, down-to-earth fella. But he passed away then on the 6th of May 1999 with a bad cancer.
So when did you really sort of start taking singing and playing seriously? So and sort of went, listen, look, I'm pretty good at this here and confident, and I think we'll give it a good go for real, like.
It was shortly after Danny died. I started just to get involved with with sessions as well, and then playing at sessions, and having the guts in to sit in a session and sing a song with the guitar and in front of a bar, like a crowd of people.
Yeah.
Like. So I kind of inspired from there, and then I said, there's a chance of making this gear work. And there's a good friend of mine in Strabane there, Jeff O'Kane, and Jeff says, call up to me, and Jeff, he influenced me, a wee bit, as far as sound and what I needed, what else I needed, and to put me out there.
Yeah.
And so kind of along them roads, I got my first gig then local in Central Bar in Sunlifford. It's a bar Danny always played in, so they were more than happy to have me back, because they knew I could sing a song. So they were good to me in the Central Lifford, and they started booking me then, and kind of spurred from there, went from one bar to two bars, and then it started to go from not only Lifford but Bundoran and was it around Donegal and Strabane, and used to be the bar Katie Daly's there, and Joe's bar, and so it kind of spared there just with the one-piece stuff.
Right. So you said there that you went out as well with a two-piece with your brother Rory. Great name, by the way, like, for a while. So how long did that sort of last? Was it just sort of like a few? You've done a few gigs together, or was actually out as like a two-piece?
It lasted for about a year or so, and it was good crack, like the crack we had, like. But just it sort of died down. It just wasn't happening. But the crack that we had was mighty. It really was. It really was like. There was nights we were going out, and we just said we just couldn't be pushed. Once you were out in the middle of the gig, you're saying, "Fuck, we're enjoying this," but you can't really go beyond that. I just faded away, Ro.
Yeah.
And then I was firing myself back into one piece work again, and so it was more or less. I suppose we took it forward
as far as it go, like. And actually just sort of fizzled out.
Come on, let's see. Sticks was always.
Well, that was actually the next question. I was going to say, obviously, yourself and Eamon Dockery, obviously, we all know him as Sticks. The 2 years go way back. So tell us a wee bit about how your friendship and how you started actually gigging together then.
We would have been friends way back years ago, back there, teens, I suppose. You'd have met Sticks in the bar, or Mr. Van, and he would have known me, and I don't know him, but we got to know one through sessions as well.
Yep.
And Lifford, everybody in Lifford knows everybody in Strabane, and vice versa, that kind of way. So it wasn't uncommon, I'm trying to say, like, it was easy. It was easy to make friendships, with both towns there, like. And Sticks was one of the boys that stood out from where to go, and we kind of spiraled, the friendship, and it all slagged me about fishing and pitching and all that kind of crack, with their net and all, and his uncles would have been at the same old crack, like. But Sticks then, he was involved with big bands. He was Athen Rye in Scotland. He got the call. He was involved with numerous bands, like he was involved with the Flight of Earls. They were big around the northwest, massive.
Yeah. And
then he got the shout up for Athen Rye, and he jumped on it. so we spent a few years away, and then he was never out of work sticks. He was always kind of, he was going out of one band. There's an order line open for me, that kind of way. Just by pure chance, me and Sticks, we got, it was one Sunday, it was a wee bar, Bannigan's bar in Lifford, and they asked me, Fergal, could you gather up a few musicians? We're going to try and kick off a wee thing going on a Sunday.
A session kind of thing, or?
Aye, session kind of job, row, and so I rang around a few boys. It was around the summertime, you know, like, it's hard to get boys, but rang around a few, and geez, the only boy got back to me was Sticks. So Sticks says, he says, how many have we got so far? And I said, it just looks like the two of us.
It's two of us.
And he says, well, oh, he said, no, I said, it looks like we've only got the one. He says, because I'm not going with two. That joking, like. He said, no bother, Cara. He says, we'll go out, and he said, would you mind bringing one of your speakers? So I said, no bother. So we brought the speaker on the Vanaghans, and we set her up, and we put the mics, and geez, we had a brilliant couple of hours, and Sticks turned around to me, and after, everybody in the bar was kind of happy with, we could see their enthusiasm on our wee gig, like, and Sticks turned around to me and he says, I think we have someone here. He says, do you fancy a few gigs? And inspired from Aero, I mean, me gigging one night a week in a bar, and a bar would be, when I went from one night to 6 nights, like, and then maybe 2 in the one day, you know, during them summer months, that period.
Obviously, that's sort of happening now, which is sort of the next question was coming. Obviously, so up until sort of COVID hit, obviously, like, it's screwed us all, you know. But obviously, so you were both sort of flat out doing gigs together. Sticks sort of doing his own stuff with the bigger bands, and then obviously then you were doing your solo gigs. But like myself, like sort of DJing career has just vanished literally this year, along with like probably a very good regular income. But like yourself, probably, you know, I mean, obviously I'm lucky enough to have my own day job, thankfully. But like yourself, but I mean, obviously, when you're used to doing got to maybe 4 gigs a week, sometimes more, and that sort of money's coming in, it's sort of, I'm sure it's affected. So how's it sort of affected yourself financially and sort of mentally as well, like, from all this shit that's happened?
Just getting back to your first part there about Sticks and other bands, it was a 1-1 situation for the both of us, you know. As you say, we Sticks were the big band, I'm not saying a Saturday night, mostly Saturday nights, and I went solo. And then the Planksty folk worked everything around that.
Yeah.
And as you know yourself, the money is good in the music, especially during summertime, and you know, it's a chance to flog off your CDs too, the tours.
Oh,
and stuff
yeah,
like
definitely.
That. So I'm not too bad. Ro, I've got a job to go to on a Monday morning. The likes of Sticks and other people, They don't have that.
Oh, it's musician. That's their trade. Like, yeah, and it's just so hard to watch. You know, so there's like these sort of friends, you know.
But you know, the likes of me there, I took a car out in HP there over 5 years, and you know, on the back of the music,
the gigs.
No problem here, but you can find that, and we had a wee residency there in Donegal Town, a wee bar called McCaffrey's Bar, and we've done every Wednesday and Thursday night. And the way I looked at them 2 gigs alone, over the month, they paid my mortgage, like, and they paid
crazy,
the and you know, it was comfortable.
Yep.
But as I say, Ro, I'm happy because I've got a job to go in Monday morning. But I really feel for these guys, like Sticks and Spazzer Kelly and men like that. They just don't have a job to go into on a Monday morning, like, and it's cruel. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. You know?
Especially when you're your friends, you know what I mean, and you know they're really struggling. And like, I mean, it's sorry, you can go at your job on Monday and pick up your paycheck at the end of the week, whatever, at the end of the month. But like, these guys are literally struggling to pay their mortgage and stuff, like, and like busy car finance and whatever and stuff. And it's heartbreaking. Like, so it's not
nice at the moment. Like, and you know, there's really nothing we can do. Like, it's
just sickening. You hear this guy,
out of our hands.
This guy this during the week, this Chancellor boy, and he's busy saying like, "Oh, I think anybody musicians or artists should just think about retraining and go and find another job." Like, I mean,
it's disgusting. I think somebody I think some female minister in the Free State Government said the exact same thing as well.
Seriously, Jesus Christ.
That was about a month ago. More or less says just. find a new career, find a new job. Like that's very hard hitting for somebody that their love and their livelihood as music. Like
Definitely.
as you know yourself.
So I say, being honest, right, before the lockdown sort of hit us all, right, I had never heard of you before, Fergal, right? Obviously but then it sort of seemed like every day I was on my phone and I was seeing you on like an online gig for some page or your own page, whatever. Busy, like obviously raising like a whole pile of money for local charities and people in need. So how did you sort of first feel when you were doing the online streams? So obviously, like you're used to sort of playing the packed bars or just in a bar with sort of like maybe 30 or 40 people, and you're actually interacting with real people. But then now all of a sudden you're busy stuck watching a phone and trying with nobody there, and you're sort of trying to look at the screen as well, seeing if anybody's commenting or if many people's listening and stuff and all. It's a bit daunting at first, I'm sort of sure. Like,
Aye, it definitely is. And my problem is I need reading glasses, right?
Right, okay.
I wear reading glasses, right? So people are shouting at you to sing this song and sing that song, and you really have to go close to your phone to look at the comments, and then you would miss songs, and then you would go back and look at your live feed to see, could you make any improvements on it? But it's a nerve-wracking thing, Ro. I'm sure maybe you probably found the same when you started off, your podcast. But it was nerve-wracking at the start doing it. I found myself maybe I take a shot of whiskey or something.
That's it, a few beers in
the first song on the road. Once you got the first song on the road, and you were grand, you were in it, and there's starting off, there's people there you knew, but the audience is built now, and it's and as I say, it was a great opportunity for me locally to raise thousands, to be honest. Locally for the food banks, and then for the Republican Graves in Derry as well was one of Mickey Kelly's the Songs of Rebellion.
Yeah, that page Mickey put on has been fantastic. Like some excellent gigs on it, so there has been, like, from he's put it up.
Brilliant forum. It was a brilliant forum for the music over the lockdown. Absolutely brilliant, bro.
Yeah, the thing is, because so many people you wouldn't really get normally to see, obviously, other musicians, because they wouldn't normally get to see them because they're always gigging themselves at the same time.
Yeah.
So obviously now you're getting to see all these guys sitting for an hour or whatever it is and just doing a wee sort of set. It's brilliant. So it is, like, to say, obviously, I'm sure you'd rather be out gigging in a bar, like, but I suppose I have to make the best of a bad situation. So you do, like,
definitely.
So obviously now you be a very proud sort of fluent Irish speaker. You were once you told me you were once in an Irish language band, sort of band called is like the Grogale. Now Grogale, so it means the crocodiles, right?
The crocodile. The crocodile.
Sorry,
it was a band, like we would have got together a few. Would have been many occasions, but it was one particular St. Patrick's Day as well. We had a great. There was myself and Big Sean Moore. A lot of people know me as he's a great Irish language enthusiast. He's from Sturban.
Right. Okay.
Sean Moore came out of Longcash, and he really learned his Irish in Longcash, and he spread like these classes. He threw himself into the Connery Gaeilge with the local branch of the Irish language in Sturban, and it really was a great influence for Irish speakers in the town. Town of Sturban has come leaps and bounds as far as the Irish language is concerned. There's an Irish school there. There's an Irish nursery school. There's bars there. They've got names in Irish over their doors. It's absolutely brilliant. So it's come a long way. But going back to the wee band, we got the name the crocodile was the crocodiles was. It was in reference to our Arlene Foster's a wee jib at the local group who were looking for an Irish language, not a local group, a national group. We were looking for an Irish language act.
So what kind of stuff were you singing, like, in the band? Was it all rebel stuff, like, or just sort of like?
We were singing. Michael Duffy was Norman. Michael he was one of the Irish singers, and Michael would have threw out a lot of Irish songs, Irish language songs,
right?
Rebel songs, and then the usual Christy Moore and Dublin City Ramblers stuff. It was a good show. It definitely was a good show. Sean Moore had a button accordion, and he had much of a voice now, I have to say, but it wasn't scary fair when they did as well. But Neil had a beautiful voice, soft voice for singing them Irish ballads. So it was a local thing, and it You see, over the around the St. Patrick's Day period every year, there's a thing called Seachtain the Gaeilge, and it would be a week of Irish. Now, Strabane, they usually have 2 weeks of Irish. So, it's around them cases the band would have been used, that kind of way, to promote the Irish language. And with all our events, there was quizzes, there was lots of stuff, involved with the Irish language. But the band was one of them, and it was good. It was good.
So,
and the crack was mighty.
I've played a couple of songs already today from the CD you sent me up there last week. So it's obviously Planksty Folk live at Rosie Joe's in Derry, right? So obviously the first one I played, I think it started off the show. The second one with the O Ro Silvatra Wilda, and then I done Grace on as well. So obviously, I have to say I prefer live albums, the studio albums. To sort of think any good recording technician could make buddy Lewis Capaldi sound good, so he could in a studio, and he's absolutely geish live, so he has that fella completely shock him. And I think a live album sort of you get to hear what a musician's all about in their voice. I mean, you can't hide from a live album, and it's, I think that definitely comes out. So I think, but I have to say this one here, Fergal, it's been one of the best live albums I've heard in recent years, and so I say I really like live stuff. I think the sound quality and it's fantastic. Obviously, I have to say it's the songs you sort of pick to go on it, or they're a good mixture, So tell me a wee bit about this live album, and obviously who's involved in the making of it.
The sound on it. Eamon's got I'm not an expert on sound, right? Right, but I'll give you the best of my knowledge, right, of it. Eamon would it would be a mixer that we use out playing, right?
Right, okay.
And it's a digital one. It connects to the internet, right? He has to connect to the internet before we can go. And it's an automatic built-in internet thing, I know that, but it never fails us. It never ever fails us.
So you didn't have a technician there on the night recording this year? It was just Eamon himself done all that?
There was a sound man there.
Okay.
Sound man there, Calvin Boyd down in Rosie Joe,
right.
And Eamon had the mixer to mix the sound. Then Eamon, it was what do you call the wee small things you put on the computer? A wee memory?
USB, like a memory stick.
Memory stick. He put that in. You can record shows on it,
But see the quality. You hear a lot of live CDs, Fergal, and it's just real bad quality, crackling, and it's not picking the sound up of the crowd properly.
Exactly,
But this thing here, it is. I mean, it's a fantastic CD. So I have to say. So folks,
Sticks had to take that away. He had to do a small bit of dubbing on it because there was a few. We had Georgie Brennan up on the stage, and Georgie was encouraging the crowd to clap along. All right.
Right.
Georgie comes along with us there, and it'd be better than Nutty Byron there. We thought to him as well, but Jesus, there was one boy come up and he shouted across in the middle of a song, "Go on, Brennan, you wee bollock shake," or something like that.
Oh, so I picked it up then?
I took it off. That had to be all kind of, and there were some songs then that you would have loved to put on the CD, and you couldn't put on it because there was a lot of chance on it. There would have been chance.
Yeah,
people very close to that.
Yeah, understandable.
No, we took it away and we listened to it, and we said we have someone here, and definitely the job then Sticks done it. It was absolutely fantastic.
She told me then Mickey Kelly played the bass on this song. So I was listening to it and I was going like, "There's a bass player," because I thought it was just yourself and Sticks in the band. I was like, "They don't have a bass player. Who's this here?" And obviously you told me, and that was Mickey Kelly's man was playing it.
Mickey always listened in there. Mickey would fit about to the bass, and just the spur of the moment job, he was asked, would you jump on along with today? And sure as fuck, he jumped in, and not a bother in it.
Brilliant.
There's some songs, alright, he sat back, but the ones that would be straightforward, it was absolutely brilliant.
Aye. So,
the way it turned out was brilliant.
So see if anyone wants to buy it then. So how can they just contact your Plankstick Folk page or yourself or Sticks or whatever? Have they want to get a copy or?
No, they can contact me, Fergal McLaughlin, the Irish version of McLaughlin, MacLoChlin, on Facebook, and they can contact Eamon O'Doherty or Sticks Doherty, or they can contact the Plankstick Folk page, and we will get it out to them through the post and through PayPal. We'll give them the link and all.
Yeah, I see. brilliant CD, mate. That's what I have to say. Really, really good to say. I just want to emphasise on the live thing, because I say you hear so many sort of people doing studio albums, and there's so much stuff you can do with someone's voice on a studio album, you know. But I say a live album, you can't rely on it. It's you can obviously dub it so much, but you only really get one cut of it, you know. And that's it. You have to sort of go with what you have on the night. So it's a fantastic album. So I think once the interview's finished, we'll go do this here song, Barlow, because a few people had asked me to play at there. So tell us a wee bit about their song. Take It Sticks for that, did he?
No, I wrote that song myself, bro. And
oh, sorry. Sorry. I see it's here, McLaughlin. I thought I said O'Doherty. Sorry, mate. Apologies, or Fergal. Right.
The Sticks actually gave me the idea. I said the Sticks give me a song to go on, and as you know, it's on the air to Death
Before Revenge.
Death Before Revenge. Death Before Revenge. Sorry. And so the song from Masala, we're going to put them in that. So I took it away, and I sent Sticks lyrics back within an hour, and he says, "Shit, this is good." Like, and hopefully the family's listening here today, because it's his 60th birthday today.
So who's the song dedicated to, Fergal?
It would be a very, very good friend of mine, and he passed away, and I had the opportunity of giving a wee ordination over his grave. So he passed away with a bad illness in 2019, 16th of January. There's no secret. He was a staunch Republican, and he got his rewards as far as the soldier is concerned, over the course of his wake and funeral.
So we'll play out their song once the interview's finished, because it's a brilliant tune, I have to say, Fergal. So obviously you're involved a wee bit as well with another rebel band with Sticks and Mickey Kelly and Kelly's men called Rue, right? So obviously at their band it's sort of the way it came out of the blue. I was just sort of saying Mickey Kelly on. I said, "What's this?" He says, "Oh, look out, folks, for a new band." And obviously, I've seen a few videos. Obviously, I've seen Sticks on, but didn't know you were involved with the band as well. So when did that band sort of start up, and what was the sort of idea behind the name, etc.?
It's crazy that it started up because it was James there, James McCartney. He runs the Rosie Joe's in Derry.
Yep.
And James, he was actually stuck for a band one Sunday, and he said to him, and he says, "Then a chance you throw another band together, you know, to play for us." They were just starting out, you know. Rowan, I suppose, you know, at that stage, new bars starting out, they find it very difficult to get bookings, because everybody else will be booked up, you know, somewhere else. So
yeah.
As it turned out, got myself and Sticks and Sticks done the organising. He got Mickey Kelly. Then we Andrew Doherty come on the scene as well. And
did you have a drummer on as well, did you?
Georgie would have been battering the bar on for us, with Georgie Brennan.
Okay. No, I thought you had like a somebody with a drum kit. I wasn't sure on it. You had it? No?
No, it wasn't. But hey, it took off that day in Rosie Joe's. We had the place rocking. I swear to God, it was brilliant. And it kind of took off, and I was like, it was like a new breath of fresh air for a new band, you know. And we're getting, you know, requests, when's your CD coming out? So somebody maybe look at the future, you know, the Rua.
Yeah, whenever things,
you know, maybe
back to normal again. Maybe just doing something like that.
It kind of died down because you had Sticks involved with the say a big band, and then Mickey was involved with Kelly's men, and so, you know, one of the other would have been playing, and you know, you had a text, and you were saying who's free and this month or this day, and you've been kind of trying to book months ahead of the show, but we got a good few under our belt, and you know, the response we were getting was absolutely fantastic, and just be nice to see it kicking off again at some stage, you know. But it's there, it's always there.
Will
it be a two-piece? Will it be?
Just see
it's there.
Keith here from the Modern Hoop Sally page on his comment on the live link here. He says, the Lifford Larson. He's talking about yourself, Fergal. He says, just wants to know, just tell him it was a great honour having them play on the page for the 9 in a row party he had on Keith's Modern Hoop Sally page. So
who's that there?
It's Keith Cochran from the Modern Hoops page. He's just commenting here
Keith, I've played a good. I've played a good few shows for Keith there.
That's actually where I first seen you. So it was. I'd say when all the lockdown gigs happened, it was on Keith's page. So it was. So
very good.
Obviously, I sort of want to speak a wee bit about your day job, Fergal. Obviously, and I asked you during the week if you mind talking about this year. I just think it's a really great thing that you're doing. So obviously you work as a classroom assistant in an Irish language special needs school, right? So I always have to say I have so much respect for anyone who works with and sort of cares people with special needs. So obviously, it's so to tell us a wee bit about the journey and sort of how you ended up doing this job, like.
I suppose the journey. I have to go back to the Irish language, and I always had a love for the Irish language, and I'm living in an area. And I don't live in a Gaelic area, but I live in a county where there's Gaelic.
Yeah.
Irish language speaking areas, and the nearest Gaelic to me would be about 20 mile away up by up past Bob, Bob Fay, out by Funtown, out that direction.
Yes, up there. Yeah.
No, I always had a love for Irish language, and the education didn't last long at school. I left school when I was 13, but my mother's heart broken. That was the end of that. But my sister Bridget, me and her started Irish language classes in 1993 in the local branch of the Connery Gaelic in Strabane, and I went ahead. I'd done GSE, and then in recent years I'd done a diploma, and I passed with flying colours. It's all good over the love for the language, but so around the same time, a childcare course done, and I applied for a job. I could have pushed myself and went for a teacher, and it was just probably laziness on my behalf. But
yeah,
as far as the language was concerned, the ability was there. But I settled for a classroom assistant job.
Is it something you wanted to do? But you actually be working with special needs kids? Is that a specific area you want to go into, or?
Actually, with Irish language in the school, but I found myself in school, and we had kids that with special needs in the schools, like.
Right. Okay.
And I've been up in an Orby school up in Tyrone there, and I was working with a young fella there for 2 years. Down syndrome, excellent wee guy, and broke my heart. He left and went on to secondary school there this year.
I'm sure you must get a real attachment, like when you're working with sort of somebody like that there. I mean, for so long.
You do surely, and sometimes it's hard to work with the kids, but when you do get the work out in, you're driving down the road, that evening, and you feel a sense of pride. You've done someone.
Just sort of thinking along the lines of, obviously, we would have sort of loved to say our wee girl that we were sort of the Irish language school. We were sort of debating at the start. No, we're doing it, and I was sort of going this, and like, we won't be able to help her with our homework and stuff, because me and my wife wouldn't really be Gaelgoers, and obviously some people are going, listen, look, no, but just they can help you. There's the teachers give you all help to help them, but we end up saying they're just in ordinary sort of our local primary schools with it. But I think I'm sure it would be hard enough when you're sort of teaching kids Irish as it is without sort of having that special needs. I think it's probably more challenging when they have that sort of difficulty as well. I mean, so do you think do you find more sort of pride doing it then? Like, when you sort of see at the end of the day kind of thing what the outcome of it is?
I think all kids, they're like sponges, and you tell them something and they absorb it.
Yeah.
And I found it with the wee man I had there for 2 years now. I've got a new wee kid this year as well, and it's a pleasure teaching him. But just from experience with the wee kid I had for 2 years, he absorbed everything he told him.
Fantastic.
He grasped the language. It was absolutely brilliant, and he understood everything you said to him. Sometimes he would get lazy and maybe answer in English, but you would say Gaeilge, and he would answer in Irish. But it was a pleasure. It's a pleasure, seeing kids grasp, especially kids with special needs, grasp the language. Like,
fair play to you. It's fantastic what you're doing.
And it's a what do you call it? It's a great reflection on parents to be willing to take the chance.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Even weans without special needs, there's a wee worry there. But listen, my two went through Irish language. The Irish language schools in Strabane there. Danielle's left now. She's gone on to be an Irish teacher. She's started university.
Fantastic.
Down in Derry, McGee, and Owen went through it, and he's he's working himself in Belfast now, and he still has the language. He's gone through the schools. He's got his A levels, and
I think it's great to see. Like, even Anya from the Irish Brigade, actually they done the BBC documentary, and she featured in it a lot. She did about her whole going right through university, and obviously then getting the job in the school and all, which was brilliant to watch. So it was.
That's right, Anya. Anya's great speaker, a beautiful Irish speaker.
Yeah. So we're going to finish up the show with something so not so serious. I don't know if you've listened to the other ones we've done, Pissy. So I'm going to ask you 10 questions, right? But there's two answers in each question. So if you sort of give me one of the answers and just sort of elaborate, right? Geez. So it's only a bit of crack for us, so it's nothing too serious, right? So
go for it, bro.
Right. So first up, right. And obviously we're talking about GAA here. So when I say sort of football, it's not soccer. So hurling or football?
Football.
So it's sort of like a Donegal thing in it, obviously, because they're Donegal are just shaded hurling, like they aren't a hurling county at all, like. Or
believe it or not, Lifford would be a hurling town, but there was a hurling team there going back in the 1960s. It was all got to do with the custom men coming up from down the province of Munster.
Yeah,
they work as custom men on the bridge there, right? So we had a fantastic hurling team in Lifford, and they actually won the 1967 county championship. We're not Lifford, but now there's no hurling. Like there's
all football.
But so really no, with the football. Aye.
Right. So next one: wolf tones or wolfhound?
I would have to say the wolf tones because it's a band that I loved listening growing up as a young fella. They're on the road a long time.
Yeah.
So I would have to say wolf tones.
Right. Usually when I ask this one to sort of the cultures, which would sort of count yourself in that sort of area, right? So champ or mash?
Mash.
Oh, seriously? You're the first culture of anybody in the country at all that said mash. Normally it's not champ. Oh, champ. Definitely it has to be champ. So it does. There you go. Right. So maybe a bit of a tacky one. This one. So Martin or Fender?
Martin.
Right, then nobody I asked well. They always said Fender. There you go, it's the first for everything. Right, so this one has divided everybody. I have to say, now I think it's a bit one up on the cupboard side because of Jared Glacken's answer. So tomato sauce, right, in the fridge or in the cupboard?
Oh, in the cupboard.
Oh, Fergal. See these people up in these. What? You know what you're missing? A nice chip. Roasting hot chip dipped into the freezing cold tomato sauce. Telling you.
Have you put it in the fridge? There's not enough room for the beer.
Well, I have 2 fridges, so I have. So, right. This is sort of maybe a Donegal thing. So, Brian McAniff or Jim McGuinness?
Jim McGuinness. I actually played in the same team as Brian McAniff one team and an old Bundoran team.
You're showing your age here now. There we go. Sure.
No, he was. We were looking up to him like a granddad at the time. No, but Jim McGuinness, I like Jim. And it's not no bad reflection on Brian. No, he was a great manager as well.
Mr. Bundoran,
brought us our first Ireland in '92, and then Jim done it again in 2012. But no, I have to go for Jim.
Right. So Christy Moore or Christy Dignam?
Christy Moore.
Well, the answer was going to be there, like. Right, so maybe a Celtic one, this one, right? So Martin O'Neill or Brendan Rodgers?
Martin O'Neill. No disrespect to Brendan Rodgers.
Right, so Shure or Sennheiser?
Can you say it again? Sorry.
Shure or Sennheiser? I'm just talking sort of. I usually only ask guys with the microphones. Normally, like when the bands have sort of two mics.
Sorry.
I have a Shure one or a Sennheiser. I mean, just like a wee sort of tacky thing.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, no. Sure, I've got. Are you sure?
SM58 all the way then, which mostly have. Right. Aye. So this one, the last one, so probably the best of a bad bunch. Right. So Micheál Martin or Leo Varaga? Neither. 2 arseholes together.
No, I think I'll take the Amendment 5 in that one.
Aye. Right, so Fergal, that's us for the interview. Thank you very much, mate. I've actually had here got to 40 minutes on here, so So
it's been an absolute pleasure there, and I want to just thank you just on behalf of the Planks 2 folk as well.
No problem,
for having me on. I'll just give a shout out there to Wee Sticks as well, and again, just the McGavigan family. If you're going to play that song, Barlow there, it's his 60th birthday. He would have been 60 today. Just us.
Just on this day. Oh, there you go. Right, brilliant. Hope they're listening.
There's big coincidence there now. So, Ro, thanks a million.
Not a problem. Well, mate, can you see the wee chat there on can you just knock it off so I can go on the next page here? Because if I try and cut this off, I might cut off the feed that have the song lined up on. So if you can just hit basically the wee X or whatever, the finish the phone call off. All right, then, mate?
Okay, Ro.
All right, Fergal, good man. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, right.
Slang for it.
Right, folks, this is here we go. This is from Plankstick Folk live at Rosie Joe's and Derry, and this is a tune dedicated to Fergal's good friend and a song that he wrote as well, and this is Barlow.
Okay, folks, the wee song this time, they're going back to 1916. The wee song for Mickey there, our bass player here, one of Mickey's favourites. So for Mickey and all the Derry ones, it's a song called The Foggy Dew. Okay, Carja.
It's The Foggy Dew.
Slow things down this time.
Hopefully this is Barlow, this one. Here we go.
It's a wee Lifford song written by a very special friend of ours, Barlow McGavigan. He passed away there recently. So it's a song entitled Barlow. I'll sing a song of a volunteer who came from Donegal, a true son of Ireland. In the song I will recall, as a boy he loved the football, and Celtic was his side. But to play his part in the Patriot game, it filled his hand with pride. Oh, Barlow, how we miss you, but your name, it will live on. A legend and a warrior, one of Ireland's bravest sons. In 81 you married, and Kate, she was your bride. In sickness, love, and in health, she was always by your side. Harassment and imprisonment, it never got you down. You raised a family proud and true in dear old Lifford town. Oh, Barlow, how we miss you, but your name, it will live on. A legend and a warrior, one of Ireland's bravest sons. In hills and glens you brought the fight to the Saxon cruel foe. In West Tyrone they feared your name as they set out on patrol. A soldier's war is never o'er until the fight is won. You give more than all for this dear land, one of Irish freedom's sons. Oh, Barlow, how we miss you, but your name, it will live on. A legend and a warrior, one of Ireland's brave. say goodbye. Cruel fate had dealt its cards. You died, your family by your side, with many's a broken heart. You left your comrades' memories. Your strength is still our guide. Although we cannot see you, you're always by our side. Oh, Bardo, how we miss you, but your name it will live on. A legend and a warrior, one of Ireland's bravest sons. Oh, Bardo, how we miss you, but your name it will live on. A legend and a warrior, one of Ireland's bravest sons.
Yeah, the sound of Barlow there, a few folks. Pardon me. Yeah, that was great for having Fergal on there from Planksty Folk for the last maybe 40 minutes or so with a great wee interview, mate. So thank you very much, Fergal. Much appreciated for coming on. And must say that the feedback has been great, so it has here on the live feed. So yeah, Paul Bird, another great show as usual. Ro, thank you very much. Hugh O'Neill, Gurmina Mugget, Fergal, you're a legend. Martin Heaney, brilliant interview. Phil Coleman, great interview, Ro, fair play, Fergal, and well done, keep the flag flying. And Mac, I'll just say to your first name, Mac and the Saggart. Fergal, we love you. Teresa Smith, been great listening to Fergal and their Peter O'Connell from Limerick. Very interesting interview with Fergal, thanks. Not a problem, mate. So, right, what are we having? Wait, maybe actually go a wee bit after 3 o'clock today, folks, if you want to hang around, because basically I've got a painter and decorator in the house at the minute. I'm not allowed to go home for a while. And I'd say that there, or go up to Laura's man and dad's house with two mad kids running about. So I might stay here for a while. Down in my own man and dad's house in the studio here. So, right, somebody asked me, who asked me to play Lonesome Boatman? I'm just looking through the comments here. Where are we? Who was it? Where are you? Right, I think it was Remy J that was looking for the Lonesome Boatman. Yeah, Remy JP73. So we'll do this version here. This is from the Druids album Live. No, it's not actually live. It's one of the recorded albums. It's a Starry Play. This is sort of vintage Druids way back. You wouldn't catch them doing a lot of this stuff. Maybe now they might do this song. But this is a sort of mix between the Weeping Winds, which is a wee bit of sort of talking at the start of the song, and then the Lonesome Boatman comes in. It's fantastic. So listen to this, folks. This is there for Remy J73. And this is the Druids with the Weeping Winds and the Lonesome Boatman. Fantastic, folks. Just listen to the words of this here.
O cold March winds, your cruel lament are hard on prisoners' hearts. For you bring my mother's pleading cry, from whom I've had to part. I hear her weeping lonely sobs, her sorrow sweeps me by. And in the dark prison cell, a tear has warmed my eye. O whistling winds, why do you weep, when roaming free you are? O lonely winds that walk the night, to haunt the sinner's soul. Pray pity me, a wretched lad, who never will grow old. Pray pity those who lie in pain, the bondsman and the slave. And whisper sweet the breath of God upon my humble grave. O cold March wind, that piercing dark, you cry in aged tones. For souls of folk you've brought to God, but still you bear the moans. O weeping winds, that lonely night, my mother's heart is sore. O Lord of all breath, of freedom's breath, that she may weep no more.
Yeah, some of the Druids are for you folks with the Weeping Winds and Lonesome Boatman, and there's another wee bit comes into that song there, but I will not play the part of that. It's a wee sort of fiddly D song, not sure what it is, but you go out there's from their album Starry Play, Weeping Winds, Lonesome Boatman, fantastic. And that there was for JP, where are you? JP 73. So you go, mate. Hugh O'Neill, excellent. Martina Morgan, absolutely beautiful. Teresa Smith, this is beautiful. My Canaries are singing their heads off. Beautiful. Patricia Clark, this one of my all-time favourites. Happy days. Loads of great responses coming through here, folks, this afternoon. Right, so we'll maybe do a few wee tunes after the 3 o'clock deadline. Not too fussed today. Not really in a hurry, folks. So what we're going to do next, right? Somebody asked me to play. Where are you? Let's see. Right, see, I'm looking for this here. Where are you? So somebody asked me to play the Song of the Dawn from Grace's, the Irish Brigade's album, Live in Grace's. I'm just looking through the comments here to see who it was that asked for it. Where are we? But man. Right, Hugh O'Neill. So Hugh, there we go, just found it there. So folks, if any of you are listening to this here maybe tomorrow or whenever or later on, hopefully now there'll be no songs muted by YouTube this year, because normally whenever you go and listen to my show on Facebook Live the next day or whatever, a couple of hours afterwards, half the show is completely muted by Facebook because of their copyright bollocks. So with a bit of luck, that won't be happening. Here we go. So Hugh O'Neill, and you're a legend too. That's if you want to get a song played, mate, that's the best way to do it. So this is from the Irish Brigade's album, and I love Anya singing this version. It's absolutely fantastic. So it is. This is Live with Grace's from the Irish Brigade, Song of the Dawn, and spicy for Hugh O'Neill. Here we go.
There's a wee Cork song from the Rising and from the War of Independence, a marching song called The Song of the Dawn from Anya here.
The song I sing is a song of hope, a song of rushing doom, of glade and glen, of ford and fen, of lake and of mountain bloom, of sights that stand over all the land to tell of long ago. Let your voices ring in the song I sing, shine every and yell go joy. Hurrah, the night is ended, we see that dawn's red glow.
Song of the Dawn there for you, especially for Hugh O'Neill. There's recorded live at Grace's in Glasgow with the Irish Brigade, and it's another fantastic live CD, so it is with usually everything that they do. So folks, thank you very much for this week, for all tuning in to the first official YouTube show. This is it now on, so Facebook can go and take a run and shite up the river for all I care, because I've had enough of their crap, so I have to say. So there's a good few have kept through, so hopefully a few more will listen in later on. We're going to have this here live. So I say with a bit of luck, whenever people listen back to this one, there'll be nothing muted, like as normally there is on the Facebook show, which is just an absolute madness. Like, so it is. So, yep, Phil Coleman, great stuff. Look forward to next week. Keep the flag flying. Right, so, folks, next Saturday, obviously we'll have Celtic playing the old foes, well, not the old foes, the new foes, Rangers. I'm not going to say the Old Firm Derby because there is no Old Firm Derby anymore. So I think I'm going to be doing a live link with Tony Coleman up on his Celtic Shed with a bit of luck. So but if that there's happening, we're going to do something like maybe doing Soccer Saturdays in Sky Sports. We'll keep the match on, have the commentary on, live audio, and we'll maybe just comment in between the goals. And if anybody scores or anything, we'll get a few wee tunes on. So that's going to be next Saturday. But hopefully, if Nicola Sturgeon doesn't cancel the match this week, which there's a chance he might go into, like, hopefully not, we'll go be doing it. So I'll let you know on the Facebook page what's happening at there. Don't worry. Right, so Ray Callahan, yeah, great show. Gurmila Miogat. Right, so we're going to finish up this here one, folks, with Joseph Pearce asked me to play the Boys Old Brigade. And an artist in a band that always gets muted on Facebook is Kathleen Largy. So we're going to do this one for you, and hopefully it won't get muted on YouTube. So folks, again, thank you very much for officially tuning in to the first YouTube live Rebel Podcast live Sunday show, Rebel Sunday. So myself, Ro, folks, this is the last one, and this is especially for who is it? Phil Coleman. I'm sorry, Joseph Pearce. This is Kathleen Largy in the flying column with the Boys of the Old Brigade.
So sad on this bright Easter morn, when Irishmen are proud and glad of the land where they were born. Oh son, I see in memory view a far off distant day, when being just a boy like you, I joined the IRA. Where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, Gromacree, I long to see the boys of the old brigade. From hills and farms the call to arms was heard by one and all, and from the glen came brave young men to answer Ireland's call. 'Twas long ago we faced the foe, the old brigade and me, and by my side they fought and they died that Ireland might be free. Where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, Gromacree, I long to see the boys of the old brigade. And now, my son, I've told you why on Easter morn I sigh, for I recall my comrades all in dark old days gone by, and I think of men who fought in Glen with rifle and grenade. May heaven keep the men who sleep from the ranks of the old brigade. Where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, Gromacree, I long to see the boys of the old brigade. Where are
listening to Rebel Podcast of Rory Carson. To listen to this and past episodes again, and to also check out future episodes, keep an eye on our official SoundCloud page. We're also available on all social media outlets. Just search Rebel Podcast. Bhí sé bhgéisteach an sin leis an fád cruúlaí Rebel le Rory McCarson. Le héisteach le seo agus hir hagran a ríis, agus na hagran atá le teach, caisúil ar siúifical sugin ar SoundCloud, agus táid ar fáil ar gach cinneal ardan ar na main thuisiilta. Ní mór dit ach fád cruúlaí Rebel a curda.